Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. We are back for another Magnolia spring and summer video. I promised a summer series to you all and it has been such a joy for me, not only putting these videos together, but being able to take time to honor one of my most favorite designers and someone who has been such an inspiration to me. If you're new here, let me explain what this series is. I decided to take the Magnolia Spring 2022 magazine, picking out my favorite articles and applying them to my household cleaning, organizing, and hosting routine. On my most recent vacation to the beach, I read the Magnolia Spring magazine and was reminded of how much this magazine has made an impact on my life in so many positive ways. Joanna Gaines has truly been an inspiration to me, inspiring me in my life and my home. So I thought, what better way could I honor her than to create a video series on my channel, sharing with each of you the many ways she has been a blessing to me, while also getting you all ready and excited for the summer now that the spring is past. You know, as I turned to the article on spring cleaning, I had to include that in this video series. As we move from spring to summer, I'm going to do a good spring clean of the spaces within my home. I have done this for a few years now, where right before each new season change, I like to do a deep clean of the home, so I'm going to use the guidance of the magazine to lead me in how they tell you that they like to deep clean. I have a way in which I do like to do things, but there really is something quite exciting about trying someone else's method, proving that we can not only learn new things every day, but we can learn so much from one another. This part of the series is going to be broken up into 2 videos, so you'll have to stay tuned for part 2, but today's video is going to focus on how I prep my home for a deep clean. Sometimes being able to execute a cleaning routine successfully all begins with what we do to prep and set ourselves up for success ahead of time, so I took an entire week to prep my home for a deep clean, which I'm going to start the deep clean tomorrow and video that for you all for part 2 of this video. So like I said, stay tuned for that, but without further ado, let's just hop right into this video. Now, the first thing that I'm showing you guys are all of the spaces within my home that I'm planning on tackling and deep cleaning, not only to kind of set myself up for success for the summer, but as I was doing this, I thought, man, this is going to be great if by the time the holidays come, you know, in the fall and winter season, if my entire home is deep cleaned and organized and we've kind of tackled some of those projects around the house that we want to do. I just love being able to focus on those things during the summertime. That way I can really just rest and enjoy the holiday season. So let that be your motivator that, you know what, I'm going to really work hard in my home, deep clean and organize everything. That way by the time the holidays hit, I'm not overwhelmed with so many things that I have to do. I can really just enjoy myself and rest. So that is something just to think about. All of the areas in my home that I'm going to be tackling and prepping for a deep clean this week is the garage, the front entryway, the kitchen, living room, the guest bathroom, the hallway closets, the office, the guest bedroom, master bathroom, and the backyard. Now, some of these rooms didn't really take a whole lot of prep, some more than others, but that way I know that tomorrow, because it's the next week, when I go to start my deep clean, I'm not as overwhelmed because everything is basically really tidy and ready to go. So the first thing that I did was I emptied out my refrigerator and I deep cleaned it. And then I kind of took an inventory of what we have, and then I went grocery shopping because I think it's really important before you go to deep clean or, you know, set yourself up for a deep clean to make sure that you have meals prepared. That's one less thing you have to think about. And I did go to the grocery store with my husband, which is just a personal tip of mine. My husband and I were just recently talking about things that get us really excited. He asked me, he said, honey, what kind of things make you really excited and you really look forward to them? And he listed some of the things that made him really excited, and I told him, I said, honestly, just doing really simple tasks that I normally do alone, but with me. And one of those things being grocery shopping, like for him to make us a couple of lattes and for us to go to the grocery store together and be able to just walk around together and just spend time together while we do really simple things like that. I said there's something about that that really blesses me. So that's something I would encourage you guys to do. You know, don't feel like you have to do all of these things alone. Bring your husband or your kids into it with you and make it like an activity. And so, yes, we did that. We went grocery shopping, and one thing my husband and I do is he always brings all the groceries in, and then I, unload them into the fridge or wherever they need to go. And I love it so much. I do not like bringing the groceries in. I don't know why. It's just I don't enjoy it. So for my husband to be able to serve me in that way and bring them in for me is just such a treat. So yes, I went ahead and I just loaded up the fridge. And I think it's important too to choose a couple of days, as you're prepping your home to deep clean, to have a couple of rest days in between where you can take time to cook and just enjoy yourself, relax, invite a friend over. During the week, we had a friend over and I made some yummy keto meals for us, and we got to sit down and enjoy them. And so I think that's really important. Take time when you've got those big projects to schedule in just rest days. And another little personal tip is before you even go in to prep your home to deep clean or to do the deep clean, do something that you really enjoy doing outside of the home. Sometimes it takes us getting outside of our house and getting a fresh perspective to be able to come back in and get motivated to do some of those more mundane tasks. And for me, that is thrifting. So I took the day and I went thrifting, and I had so much fun. I love thrifting crystal dishes and glass pieces. In my home, I have a certain aesthetic, and basically what I did was I picked out a material and a color palette that really spoke to me, and that's what I always, really look for when I go thrifting. And the color palette is more neutral tones, and then the materials are like wicker baskets, glass, or wood tones. And I even do that when I go to look for my clothes. I go to the sections of the colors that are whites and creams and more neutral colors. And I find that a lot of those colors tend to be more like high quality, and they come from more expensive brands. And so I tend to find a lot of success with those colors. I don't go to like the more bright colors because I feel like in the thrift stores those tend to, for me personally, look a bit more tacky and not as timeless. But listen, that is just unique to me. Some people love having bright colors in their wardrobe, and I think that's awesome. But for me, I just do tend to go towards more of the neutrals. But yeah, once you've done something you enjoy, you want to go ahead and, take 1 or 2 days for rest days, like I said, and on those rest days to take time to cook. If you do not enjoy cooking, that is a little tip I have for you. Take a couple days out of the week, don't make plans, and use those days to really enjoy yourself while you cook. Take your time. I find that when I get to go to cook on days that I don't have a lot of things going on, I enjoy it a lot more. It's a lot more relaxing. And, that way when you do go to get those projects done around your house, you'll have, like I said, ready to go meals. So that's definitely something that I did ahead of time. The next thing that I did was I made sure to do all of the laundry, wash all of the bedding, all of the linens, all of our clothes, the week before I go to deep clean, that's one less thing you have to think about or worry about. And it really is true. This week as I go to deep clean, I know it's going to be so nice because all of my laundry is clean, folded, and put away. One thing that does really help get me motivated, because sometimes doing things around your house, it's easy to just feel unmotivated and lazy, and just kind of when we do the same things over and over again, it's hard getting motivated, like it can be really discouraging, and you can kind of have these thoughts like, what's the point in all of this? What's the point in life? And so you have to find ways to see the good in even these smallest of things. And so yes, one thing that I like to do to make it a little bit more exciting is to have really yummy drinks on hand. Like I'll go purchase a few ingredients when I go grocery shopping to make sure that I have some yummy drinks as I tend to the things in my home. Now, what I do as well to prep myself the week ahead of time for the deep clean the following week is I go through every room in my home and I tidy it up. And what you just saw me do was with each room, so I started with the kitchen as you see me doing here. What I'll do is I'll open up all the blinds and I'll turn on all the lights in that room. And then once I'm done tidying up that space, I close the blinds and I turn off the lights. And there's just something about the order of that makes me feel like, wow, I'm accomplishing these little tasks. And when I turn off the lights, they're done and I'm ready to move on to the next space. And so now we're kind of getting into the real prep work for the deep clean. You want to go into every single space in your home and tidy it up. When you go into a room to deep clean and it's already tidied, you're able to really focus on those areas that need to be deep cleaned, whether it be organizing cabinets, cleaning out certain spaces, decluttering, doing deep cleans of things like blinds. It just really, really helps. So this is something that did take me the whole week to do, and I kind of split it up in between days. But now as I go to deep clean, it's so nice because every single room in my house is tidied, and I just love that so much. As I go through each space in my home and tidy it up, I'm going to share with you some of the things that I've learned from reading the Magnolia magazine, and hopefully these things will be a blessing to you. So let's get started. Magnolia magazine actually encourages the reader to do something that I personally quite often encourage my viewers in, and that is to take your time. This is a tried and true method that I can personally attest to the fruit of in my own life. This not only enables you to do each task to the best of your ability, but it also gives you the time to think about what each item does to help make your life easier, encouraging a grateful heart and being thankful for the blessings in your life. We have so much to be thankful for. We can really walk throughout our home filled with anger, frustration, anxiety, depression, just to name a few. Or we can walk through our home and we can choose to take time to see the items that surround us and how we are just filled with so much. We actually do have so much, and we have so much to be grateful for. Having a comfortable bed, just a small example to sleep in, having readily available running water, a washer and dryer, furniture to sit on, electricity so we can see at nighttime, working appliances. We not only have so much that so many people all over the world never have, but they may never have. And because of that alone, we should always have a grateful heart. Whenever the enemy comes at me with depression or anxiety, I'm going to just name those because those are some of the biggest things that I get attacked with. I really have to stop whatever I'm doing and address it immediately. And as I'm doing that, I start to change the way I think from all of these thoughts that come in that are coupled with anxiety and depression to thinking thoughts that produce gratefulness in me. I start thinking about everything that I have, and it just brings me into a perspective that I really have no reason to be depressed or to be anxious or worried, because there really is nothing in my life in comparison to what so many people go through all throughout the world on a daily basis that really reflects somebody that's genuinely suffering. We have so much here in America, so instead of looking at our circumstances a lot of the times, or the things that we don't have, or the things that are bothering us, the things that we can't change, we really should turn that into a grateful heart. And in that, we really truly are warring and battling against that depression and anxiety that tries to come in so easily. Thankfulness really is a tool and a weapon in our warfare against depression, anxiety, you fill in the blank. So I hope that encourages you. Now, Magnolia also encourages us to take a moment after each task to enjoy the fruit of our labor by making ourselves a cup of coffee or tea, sitting down and looking at the room you just cleaned, taking a deep breath and enjoying the works of your hands. Take that time to thank the Lord that you have hands that you're able to clean with, and feet and legs that you're able to use as you get things done throughout your home. We really can find such joy in the smallest of things as we see how we are really able to do these tasks, and what a huge gift that is. Now, this is my favorite tip that they gave. They said, break down your to-do list into tasks you can easily accomplish each day, taking it task by task and room by room. And then they encourage you to get in the right headspace. So let's get started by first preparing what Magnolia is calling our headspace. They encourage to schedule it in your monthly calendar when you are planning on cleaning. Don't make any other plans outside of the home that week if you can, making it that much easier to focus on the task at hand and as you prepare for the new season changes. Just remember, you will have plenty of time to socialize this summer, so just free yourself up to take a week off for yourself to create a clean space in your home. Now, for me, because this was more of a 2-week instead of a 1-week project, 1 week of prepping, the next week of deep cleaning, I did decide to take a couple of weeks to where I intentionally am not making any major plans. Sometimes we're so busy and we fill our schedules with so many things that we're not able to really do things with excellence within our homes in a way that not only blesses us, but blesses the people that live in our home and for the people that we are inviting into our home as well. Now, another thing they encourage us to do is put our phones away. For me personally, this week when I go to deep clean my home, I'm going to be putting my phone in the lockbox, which I will show you at the end of this video, and I'm going to be doing that for the entire day while I clean every single day of the week. This will really free me up personally to get more done without having the distraction of my phone. And let yourself enjoy the experience. They encourage you to create a playlist to motivate you while you clean, or you can listen to a podcast or an audiobook. I always love to put on a sermon while I clean, and I really enjoy listening to Mike Bickle. I will link his YouTube channel down below for you. Another thing they say to do is to take before pictures of each space before you go to tidy it up, just to see how much improvement you are able to make in a small space with a limited amount of time. Plan a spa day midweek to treat yourself for a job well done. For me, I like to plan to take a trip to the thrift store, like I said, but that will be different for everyone. So just pick something you love and that will inspire you to tackle the things within your own home with fresh vision and joy. They also encourage you to schedule in time to rest, either after or during your deep clean. So I did go ahead and buy some bath salts, and I am planning on taking a bath midweek during my deep clean, so I'm super excited for that. And then just some miscellaneous things to remember. You can go ahead and get your cleaning caddy ready. That's one thing that I did at the end of this video. So those are just a few tips that I took away from the magazine, and now I'm going to just play some music for you all lovely people out there. And you can just watch me as I finish tidying up my house, getting it ready for that deep clean next week. Alright, you guys, so all of the prep work is done. Now I am ready to deep clean every single space within my home. Make sure you hit that bell so you can be notified when part 2 of this video comes up, because I'm going to be giving you guys tons of great cleaning tips as well as organizing tips. I'm going to be decluttering and reorganizing the spaces within each space of my home all week long that really need it. That way, by the end of the week, my home will be not only deep cleaned, but organized as well. I'm super excited. And I hope that this really motivates you guys. Now, the last thing that I did before I totally finished this prep week was I set my phone lock box down on the table, as you see right here. I will link this down below for you. And then I took the magazine along with just a little notebook, and I planned out my days for the deep clean. Monday through Saturday, what I was planning on doing every single day. That way, when I go to deep clean, which I'm going to be doing tomorrow, I have a list. It's really nice when you have a prepared list to go off of. It kind of helps you know where to start, and it kind of keeps you on track as you're cleaning your entire home. And I love this magazine because there's so much in it that you can take and apply to your own life. And so I hope you guys are enjoying this summer series. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And until next time, I love you guys so much. Bye.